Hey everybody, it's a magical day every day. This segment is going to be all about beef jerky. It is going to be how to, from start to finish, to marinate it and make it in a fireplace. Not a dehydrator, a fireplace. So take the journey with us and remember to subscribe. It's a magical day every day. All right. Happy almost New Year's. Peace. The magical start of beef jerky. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The beef, the marinade. Look at it swirl. Look at the magic.
Put down,
The recipe. Don't look too hard. Woohoo.
down a quarter cup of the grape bomb.
Okay, I will. We're adding we're adding to the recipe. What is that?
Grape bomb.
No, how the guy says it in the commercial.
Which one?
The Grey Poupon commercial.
Pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon?
That's it. Ah! We have Grey Poupon now. We have cloppets of Grey Poupon with horseradish. The jerky's awaiting. Jovi's awaiting. Tink is awaiting. Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell, you want the jerky? Do you want the jerky? Who wants jerky? And that's the mustard. Okay, time. Yep. Oops, Tink has something to say. Tink, what are you saying? What's the dealio? Tinkerbell. Hi, Tinkerbell. Hi, Tinkerbell. Meow. 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 Who's got the jerky? Meow. What was that thing that your dad would say?
All the kitties in the house go meow.
Go ahead, do it.
All
Meow.
the kitties in the house go meow.
Meow. Meow. All the doggies in the house go.
Yeah, that's about right. You got that one right.
All the kitties in the house go meow. 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 Anyone? Anyone for a meow? Anybody? Meow. There you go. There we go. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo. You guys ready for jerky? You guys ready for jerky? Okay, we're ready for jerky. Jerky ready. Jerky ready. Dumpage, bondage. Woohoo, here we go. Woohoo. But we might need a bigger bowl. We're gonna have leftover marinade. Woohoo. And there you have it. These are the brackets that are being made to go into the fireplace to make the jerky. This is the tray that the jerky is going to sit on.
Rack.
It's a rack. I was just corrected. Okay, let's move over to the fire. That's going to be a smoking pit. It has all the good coals in it now because I made big bonfires. It's getting ready. Okay, let's see what's going on in the kitchen. Let's say hello to Summer. Okay, the meat is now being patted down to get the moisture out. See that little tray there? Those are wet woods. Wet woods, wet woods, wet woods.
I made the box, the smoke box here, out of just Reynolds wrap. I used that rather than the off-brand because it's a lot thicker. But you just basically make a little box. They sell them at the stores, made out of like stainless steel. But you know, I'm not gonna spend money on something I'm gonna use once or twice. So I just made one out of foil. That's the lid. You poke holes. You soak your wood for like 48 hours at least. And then I threw, pull them out, shake them off, threw them in the box, put a little bit of liquid smoke on them, and then you just sit that on top of the coals underneath the drying rack. And it just gives it that good smoke flavor.
Well, we will touch up with you in the next stage. Before that, let's say hello to Tinkerbell, Sassy, and Summer. Everybody is joining in on the jerky adventure.
Everybody in the house go meow. I said meow.
Did we get one?
They ain't gonna do it.
One meow? One meow?
Stage fright.
Yeah, there's a little one. And Jovi's coming over to check out what's going on. Okay, we'll be back.
I smell steak. I smell steak.
Next stage. Say peace out, guys. Peace out.
Hey everybody. Alright, we're back. We got done patting the meat dry with the paper towels. Obviously, you want to do that. You're dehydrating it over a fire, so you want to get as much moisture out as you can. It's dry, all that stuff. Oh, I forgot to say, before I marinated, I took a fork and tenderized the steak after I sliced it, though. And then I tenderized it a little bit. Don't go overboard. You can use a meat hammer. Just don't go overboard. You don't want to tenderize it so much that it just falls apart. But because we're doing it over the fire and we want to make sure that all the bacteria and stuff gets killed, and we're smoking it and it's over the fire, we're not quite sure how hot the fire is. The alphabet boys at the Food Administration recommend to preheat the oven at 300 degrees and toss your beef jerky in there for 10 minutes at a 1/4 inch by 1/8 inch slices, and that'll bring the temperature up to approximately 160, which is where bacteria dies off. Once you do that, 10 minutes, you pull it out, you're ready to hit the rack with it and get it smoking. We'll see you then.
We'll be back. Peace out.
Hey everybody, we're back. Alright, now it came out of the oven, did the 10 minutes, 300 degrees, brought it up to temperature. Most people suggest curing salt. We're smoking it and it's going to be over hot coals, and we brought the meat up to temperature. So I'm just going to use sea salt. Doesn't have to be in a grinder, whatever. I like doing it at this point because it'll stick. It's a little, a little moist. And salt, of course, it pulls the moisture out. I want to say it has benefits as far as bacteria-wise, and the curing process to keep bacteria, infection, that sort of thing. If you're doing it outside, flies and insects, it coats it so that it doesn't, they can't get to it and lay larvae and that sort of thing. But yeah, I don't do a lot because, I know people that do a lot, but then you just get really salty jerky. So I'm not gonna do it that way. I just put a little dusting on them, just as a little bit, because we're doing it inside, so we don't have to worry about the the insect factor or nothing like that. And you see how it goes. Flip them over. The other side's nice and wet.
AKA, anybody that is worried about sodium, not the thing to do.
Yeah, but as far as store-bought beef jerky, there's way more salt than I'd ever put on this, so it is healthier than, you know, buying Jack Links at 7-Eleven. Alright, we got that. That's all we're gonna do. I'm gonna get them over here and get them on the rack. We got the rack in the fireplace now, sitting good, waiting for the fire to die down so we got our coals. We don't burn our meat too much in the beginning, and I'll see you guys when I get it on the rack.
Peace out.
Hey everybody, we're back. Now you can see there's the coals, you know, and here's the rack. Here's a little homemade rack drying over the fire. You see I got the meat hanging up there, you know. You got good amount of distance. I'd probably say about, you know, 16, 18 inches between you and the coals, so that's good. You don't have to worry about it burning. But this is the other part I wanted to show. I had some of these smaller strips. They just won't drape over the tie wire. So I used just little butterfly clips from the office. And then I took some of the tie wire, and here I got one made out on the floor here, and I'm actually gonna put one completely together for you. But I just made a little hook out of the tie wire, and then what I'm gonna do is take one of these smaller pieces at the end that really ain't hanging on too well, and I'm gonna hook one up just so you guys can see how I hooked it up. Of course, you open the little butterfly clip so it's ready to go. Tongs, long sleeve shirt, even though it doesn't look like it's hot, ain't telling you what to do. Long sleeve shirt. And then we just pull that piece off, and we're just gonna set it down there. Then we take our butterfly clip. I'm just gonna grab, ooh, it's hot. I'm gonna grab it by one of the ends there. And then I'll take my little hook, and I made one loop on the hook, a little bit wider, more like a J. That way it slides up in here, no problem. And you just curl it back, kind of like, you don't want to do that, but you just want to curl it back a little bit so that you know your hook ain't gonna fall off. And then what I've been doing, I guess you could say it's a ram's horn would be the best way to explain it. That way you have to set it down, twist it for it to sit there, and if you bump it or something like that, it's not gonna rock off, you know. And oh, let me get my gloves. That's hot.
What's the number 6 at the bottom of the screen?
Number of password attempts before the program wipes the hard drive.
Okay.
It could be an email
All right.
or a journal on the computer, something that tells us where Heather is. Do you
We're
think
just
you can
gonna
break
take it, and I'll show you on this front one. I'll move it back in a minute, but you just turn it sideways and sit it down on there, and see it sits like that. But it won't fall off. If you bump it, you ain't gotta worry about it going nowhere. So, alright, that's that part, guys. I'm gonna get this set up, get the smoke box in, and get the party started. See you in a bit.
Peace out.
Hey everybody, I'm back. Alright, we're about to put the smoke box in. We're actually about to start smoking. Now remember, you're not actually trying to cook the meat. You're smoking the meat. So you don't want the fire. You want the coals, nice hot coals, just to slowly let that drip down. Okay, and here's the smoke box. I took the smoke box, showed you that earlier. This is the hardwood. Again, hardwood. Keep that in mind. Never, never, never smoke anything over pine. It will make you sick. Never do it. Hardwood only. Okay, this is hardwood that I just chipped up in little odds and end pieces. I put one big flat piece in here, and you'll see why in a second. I'm going to take some of these coals here and get some little pieces of coal. Alright, and because it's just the aluminum foil, you know, you don't, that's why I put that piece of wood in there. I don't want it to burn through the foil, melt the foil. And then I'm gonna take and put them hot ashes in there. Kind of get them spread around a little bit. I kind of put a little bit too much in there, but it'll be alright. Alright, and then you want to stoke it up a little bit before you move on to the next step. Give it a little blow job. Alright, now we got it going a little bit. Now you take these little chunks, and you're not going to be able to fit them all back in there like I had them earlier. I just had them in there to soak. And you don't really need a whole lot, because remember, this is going to be going for about 6 to 10 hours. So keep that in mind with your wood. You have a really long race to run, and you definitely don't want to run out of wood in the middle, or else all your work, all your meat, all your everything's kind of ruined, and could potentially give you a coli or any number of other weird illnesses like that that you don't want to mess with. Alrighty. There we go. Alright, we got it packed. We got our hot coals. We got our wet wood. Now mind you, the recipe I calls for liquid smoke if you're using a dehydrator, but not if you're smoking it. We're smoking it. But what I did just to get that extra pizzazz, I soaked the wood in water. I soaked mine. There's my bucket. I soaked mine for like 3 days. And so these wood chips were the same. I took these out this morning and let them drip dry a little bit. And then, you know, you put them in the bucket, and I soaked them in liquid smoke in here. So the liquid smoke will just, that flavor will just come up in the smoke some, and with the hardwood, you know, everything, I think it'd be a good combo. So, alright, before we put the lid on again, let's get it stoked up. Alright, and you want to get that stoked up nice and hot. I messed around shooting a video. Some of my coals died. So I'm going to do a little bit of TV magic and get the smoke box going. And you want to put your some of your soaked wood here, because wet wood produces smoke and the hardwood produces that flavor. I'm just using mixed hardwood. There's all kinds of different random mixed hardwood. And I'm gonna make my smoking fire now. Alright, see you guys back in a bit. Bye. Hey everyone, we're back. Alright, so we got everything going. As you can see, we got our meat hanging up there. We got our smoke box in. Got our wet wood under there. Got our little hot coals in the back. Making sure we got our smoke going. You see all our smoke. It'll get better once it gets rolling a little bit more. And then the way I did it, because we have the fireplace here, we had enough space, I kicked my fireplace grate sideways so we can keep a little fire burning over here on the side. That'll keep us with some good hot coals. Just like when you're barbecuing with charcoal, keep you just a squirt bottle with water. Obviously you're using food, so you don't want to use a bottle that you had chemicals or anything in. And you know, just like charcoal, when it flares up, you give it a little squirt and get it in check. And that's pretty much it. You just babysit it and let it roll. Basically, when you test it, the way to test it, I was taught when you can bend the jerky and it cracks, but it doesn't snap off, is when you know the jerky is done. So, I mean, it just varies. It depends on the different circumstances. You know, how hot the fire is, because we're dealing with fire. We're not dealing with something we can, you know, turn the knob, control the temperature. So, that's what it is. Gonna do some TV magic. I'll see you guys at the end. Bye. Be hard not to be in it.
But we're at the end, and that's the aftermath. And here is the end result. Jerky,
We're still taking some off of the rack in there.
jerky, jerky.
Okay, this is from the security camera.
Do you have anything to say, Jerky Man?
No,
It's a wrap.
subscribe, like, all that good stuff.
Peace out.
Bye.